Hello, welcome back to the Wildlands Garden, where today I'll be planting up a blueberry bed. You'll have to forgive the mix of sun and shadow on my face. This is the bed, it's already here. We built it in the first year here and we used it for carrots and then followed on with onions. It can't be moved, so I have to film here in the shadow of this gorgeous little holm oak tree. I have my blueberries behind me. I have a tea bush, which is going in here as well. And I have a little lingonberry. Blueberries and the other plants that I'm going to put in the bed here, they all like acid or ericaceous soil. I've tested the soil here in the garden, I've tested the soil all over the wildlands, and it's just neutral everywhere, which at first was surprising to me because I thought pine trees equaled acid soil. Everyone knows the pine needles are acidic, so obviously when they're falling on the ground and they're composting down, they must be acidifying soil, but that's just baloney. I found out through a bit of research. Turns out that as the pine needles, they are acidic when they're needles, and then as they break down by the organisms in the soil, they are neutralized. They are actually safe to use as a mulch for any kind of vegetables or any kind of things that you've got growing in your garden. You can use a nice thick 3 or 4 inch layer of pine needles without having to worry that it's going to acidify the soil underneath. They also make a good mulch because they're very good at blocking out the sun, they keep the moisture in, they tend to stay nice and loose and don't get too compacted, so there's a little tip for you. However, they're no good for me. I can't dig them into my soil here to acidify it, and I can't use them as a mulch on the top, won't do anything for me at all. Then a little bit of research further along, I came across aluminium sulfate, which if you buy it as a powder and you dissolve it in water, you water it into your garden bed wherever you want to acidify, that acidifies the soil as well. And I thought, brilliant. And then I did a little bit more research and it turns out that's really bad. You don't want lots of aluminium in your soil. It's bad for a whole host of reasons that I'm not going to go into because we're not going to use it today. I found the best thing to use is actually sulfur, which you can buy pellets or powder form. And the best time to have sulfured your bed before planting your blueberries is in the autumn. And I've just found out about sulfur today, so I have not sulfured my bed. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to use 2 bags of compost that are made for berries. They're already acidic, and I'm going to dig a bigger hole than I need to for each of my plants. I'm going to put lots of that compost in there, and then if I have any left, I'm going to mulch over the top around my plants with the acidic compost. And then I think I'll get hold of some sulfur tablets, pellets. For future use, I'll sprinkle them around and water them in. It's very, very slow release, takes months or years to properly have any kind of effect on acidifying the soil, but that's okay because we have the compost for today. So let's get cracking. That's it, project complete. Had to wait for the sun to move around to try and get a little bit of sunlight on these so you can actually see them instead of the shadow. You might be wondering why I've chosen to put them in so much shade. If you look online or recommended sources, then most places will say that blueberries like sun, but we've tried it here and they got absolutely scorched. Didn't matter how much water we gave them, they fried to a crisp. They struggled through their first year and then they died in year 2. So I've decided to go for this bed here because it gets dappled. It does get a lot of sunlight. It'll get plenty in the summer when the sun's even higher, but it'll get dappled shade from the fabulous oak tree above us. And I think they're going to be really, really happy here. So I'll take you around all the different ones and tell you what we've got in the bed. The back of the bed, the tallest 3 are just blueberries, and they're from a local supplier. And what we found here, a lot of the some of the big nurseries and so on, and the other shops where you can buy plants, they'll say it's a blueberry, but they won't tell you what variety it is, which is quite frustrating, but that is how it is. So these three are just blueberries of unknown variety. They've got flowers on already, which are absolutely darling, like little white bells. Very happy with those. And they'll get bushier, they'll send up more and more stems each year, so they'll fill up the space. This one here is, this is pink lemonade blueberry, Vaccinium asci. So this actually will give me pink blueberries. I'm very excited about those. This one here is Jersey, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Vaccinium Jersey, which gives you giant blueberries. Also very exciting. These two we got from plan4.pt. Over in the back corner there is my tea bush, Camellia sinensis, and it's literally the bush that you can get tea from. So when it has decrisped from being in a pot for too long, sorry, little tea plant, then it will, you'll get nice green leaves and they grow in little pairs, and when it's strong enough you can start picking them. And if you pick them like that, then they're green, it's green tea. If you let them dry and shred them up, you have black tea. Magic. And finally, this little chap here, this is a lingonberry, which I'm very excited about. I don't know, it might be too hot to try and grow them here, but I'm going to have a go. And I'm hoping that with the shade, and then the shade of the blueberries around there, that it will do okay. My plan is to have all of the understory of these bushes, because they'll get big. The understory will be lots of lingonberry and lots of cranberries, filling up the ground lower story. And I think I actually have enough room here and enough room in the very back corner there to get 2 more blueberry bushes. So I'll keep my eyes out for interesting varieties, I think. I'm most excited about this little pink one. And then I've watered them in, and I've just topped off, the very top layer is the ericaceous compost. So I'm really hoping that that's enough for them. I think I'll probably do a soil test in 3 months or so, 2 or 3 months, and then see how acidic it's testing. And then I'll know whether I need to get some sulfur, maybe sprinkle some sulfur on there too. Thank you very much for watching another little episode from the Wildlands Garden. I'm so pleased to have this project done. Those blueberries have been waiting for a couple of months to go in, waiting for it to be warm enough. So that's a job's a good one. I'm really happy about that, and I look forward to being able to pick my own tea as well. Put any comments, questions you have down below, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. We love to read your comments. So thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.